Voting officially opens today. Labor changes tact as Hipkins tests positive for COVID. And the South Island and Wellington brace for damaging winds. Kia ora, I'm Wilhelmina Shrimpton and these are your latest NZ Herald headlines. Advanced voting starts today with more than 400 stations open across the country. They include set-ups in shopping areas, transport hubs, community halls and marae. Chief Electoral Officer Carl Lecane says the number of voting places will continue to grow.
We'll have more than 2,300 voting places open on election day, so there'll be plenty of opportunity for people to go and vote.
There's a big turnout expected from advance voters, with 68% of Kiwis filling in their forms before 2020's election day. Labor may need to change gear for the next week of election campaigning. Party leader and incumbent Prime Minister Hipkins has COVID and will isolate for 5 days or until he tests negative. His deputies, Calvin Davis and Carmel Sepuloni, will take his place on the campaign trail. Former Labor Chief of Staff Neil Jones says Labor will likely start using online tools more.
Things like Facebook Lives, Zoom town halls, try and keep momentum that way, but it's much easier to be on the news when you're out and about places and you're actually able to talk about, say, education policy at a school.
A leading health professor is calling on councils around the country to ensure their drinking water is up to scratch. It comes as cases of Queenstown's cryptosporidium outbreak reach 56. The source is still unknown. Queenstown's council announced on Friday it secured a temporary protozoa treatment barrier for the 2-mile water plant, but it's not expected to be completed until early December. Public health professor Michael Baker says this outbreak is a reminder of the importance of source water protection.
Queenstown isn't alone. We have quite a few communities in New Zealand that basically take fresh water from surface waters for their drinking supply.
South Islanders and Wellingtonians are being warned to brace for another day of wild weather. NIWA's forecasting strong to damaging winds today. 3 road snowfall warnings are also in place, namely State Highway 94 Milford Road, Crown Range Road and State Highway 8 the Linders Pass. Met Service forecaster Gerard Bellum says there are wind warnings in the South Island and from Wellington up the east coast.
Very strong gale, southwesterlies, with some of those gusts in the 120 to 130 kilometre an hour range.
Work is continuing on repairing a tennis court-sized sinkhole in central Auckland. Watercare has spent the weekend jetting water into the blocked section and sucking out loose material with a powerful vacuum. It's set to begin putting together the route to build the Overland bypass solution for transferring wastewater this week. The bypass has been secured with pipes from one of their existing projects, with the rest coming in from a Whanganui company. Chief Operations Officer Mark Bourne says Friday's 10-day target to install the bypass is ambitious, but they're confident they can get it done on time. And those are the latest NZ Herald headlines. For more news worth knowing, head to nzherald.co.nz.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.